Warning: the following program may contain opinions, favoritism, intolerance, biased views, random fight or nut hugging. If any of this offends you, we suggest you find counter-programming that only agrees with your point of view. Thank you.
What's up, guys? We have an MMA topic here for you, and this one we're making because we're getting a ton of requests to talk about a topic that, to be honest with you guys, we really don't care that much about. But James Toney, the boxer, former heavyweight champ, right?
Yep.
Has signed a multi-fight deal with UFC. I'm sure you already know this. We're not telling you anything you don't already know. But you guys want to know our thoughts, and I don't know, man. I'll start, as I usually do with these, and I'll toss it to you guys. I'm not mad that they signed him. I don't really understand why. A couple things that pop into my head is, number one, I think Freddie Roach talked about this too, is that Dana White, in his battle to make MMA better than boxing, might be putting James Toney in this place to prove a point. I don't know. We'll have to see who the first matchup is. If he matches him up against some guy who's amazing on the ground, it's probably a setup against Toney. But then I was wondering, if that's the case, then why sign him to a multi-fight deal? Why not just do the one, get him that loss, and say, hey, what a joke, boxing sucks, and get him out of there and move on? The second thing, and this is probably more probable, is that Dana White sees the interest in Toney and wants to turn it into money. And I'm not trying to make Dana White into some big money grub or whatever. I know he's a businessman. He's looking make the buck and stuff like that. But I do appreciate what he's done for MMA, and I know he's doing a lot to push it that way. But I think when the reports came out that saying that Toney wanted to fight for the UFC, Dana White probably didn't have any interest in signing him whatsoever. But for some reason, the public really latched on to this story and were very interested in this guy for whatever reason. I don't know why. He's older. He's definitely washed up. He's not able to make it in boxing. But because of that interest, that equals dollar signs for the UFC. So why not? I don't know if I like that approach or not. I mean, what do you guys think? When this guy finally gets his fight, is this just going to be a freak show and make MMA look more like, a circus than an actual legitimate sport?
I think it depends on who he's matched up against. I mean, the guy's got legit boxing skills. He is probably, I guarantee you he's a better striker than any of the strikers in there right now, technically. I don't know if his conditioning is where it should be. He's kind of a chunky guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say technically, boxing-wise, he's got that down. He's probably working on some counters for kicks and stuff. It depends on who they give him. I'd say give him a striker. Let's see a good show. Let's see what he's made of. But I think no matter who goes in there against him, it's always going to be in their mind, get him to the ground because this guy's a boxer. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So give him Dos Santos, and Dos Santos is probably going to get knocked out. I really see it being that way. I think he's a better boxer than Dos Santos. But even Brock's going to pound him in 30 seconds. I really see it going to the ground, and James Toney,
once he gets his mitts on him.
That's kind of the way it's going to go. I mean, they're not used to all the clinching and all that, so it could be good, it could be bad, I could be underestimating James Toney. I don't really know. I'll have to watch and find out. Yeah,
I think that's kind of just a big question mark. Now, Jared, let me throw it over to you, since you're the jiu-jitsu guy here. Let's say, they do match him up against, I wouldn't say Frank Mir or anybody of that caliber, because at this point I don't think it's fair to anybody in the heavyweight division that's in that top 10 range to have to fight Toney. I think Toney needs a couple fights to work his way up. But let's say they match him up against somebody that is good on the ground. How does that translate for trying to take down a boxer versus, say, signing a lightweight boxer who you can just kind of sweep off their feet? This is a heavyweight guy. He's got a lot of pounds on these people. Are they really going to be able to take him down that easily without getting that 1-2 combo to the head?
Well, I think it depends on who goes up against him. I think a good idea if you're fighting him, maybe if they give him Gabriel Gonzaga eventually, if he throws maybe a head kick to set up the takedown, make him think that he's going to strike with him. But I think you basically just have to make him think that you're going to strike with him and then go for the takedown. That's what GSP does, and it works for him. So
it seems to work pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to rule out James Toney whatsoever. I mean, not to compare, Ray Mercer with him, but everyone was thinking Ray Mercer was going to get just destroyed by Tim Sylvia, and what happened? Like 10 seconds into it, just one freaking mitt across the face, and Sylvia was out. Granted, it was Tim Sylvia, so I don't
he's
know
actually a striker.
That's exactly. He didn't really have any excuse. So James Toney, you know what? You're an athlete. You're getting your shot. So, no disrespect. I'm not crazy about the signing, but I'd say he deserves a shot. So we'll see what happens. You guys got anything else to add?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of glad they're getting a boxer in there finally. I'd like to see a lighter weight boxer, but it should be exciting.
Well, who knows?
Bring in Floyd.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
He's all talk. Silva would destroy him. That basically means we're done, guys. I'm Josh Osborne.
Matt McCarty. Jared McCarty.
We'll catch you on the next MMA topic.